Yes guys, the storm came, did some damage and it left. I'm gonna give you an update on all the damage it did and some good too. So let me show you. So guys, in this video I'm going to also give you an update on not only my vegetables but also my flowers, my plants that I have growing in the garden. So look out for that as well. Yes guys, it came, rather, Storm Raphael came as promised, as predicted, and lashed us yesterday. Yes, it landed on 876 Jamaica and lashed us with lots of showers of rain and breeze. And of course, the south side, my side, South St. Elizabeth or St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, got another lashing. We have not recovered from Beryl entirely. Some persons are still without a lot of amenities and the gardens were just coming back. The farms were just coming back, and myself included too with my backyard. So in this video guys, I'm going to be showing you how I'm picking up the pieces from the lashing that we got. So earlier I had given you an update as to how I was prepping for the storm and what the garden looked like. So now that the storm has passed, I'm going to give you a little prep of what it looks like now. So in this video guys, I'm going to show you from a small gardener's perspective what damage it did, but it did one good something for me. It did one good thing for me guys, and I want you to stick around to the end of this video. That's the last thing I'm going to mention. Come along with me. Let's go like a pro, even though a storm. Let's go. This Chinese evergreen, it looks beautiful now guys. But yesterday it was really lashed down. I had to run out here during the lull of the storm and stake it up again to ensure that it did not get broken, because it was just coming back up. As you can see, it's just putting out some new growth. I did not show you these pre-storm. These are my Chinese evergreen, my plants, because remember, in addition to doing fruits and vegetables, I also do a lot of plants. So this is a beautiful plant. It's a Chinese evergreen and it makes a beautiful statement in the garden. So this one was flopped over and almost broken, because it doesn't take much for it to snap off, because you can see there is on the bamboo family. So that was what was happening to it yesterday. So I had to come out and stake it back to preserve it, and that is one of 3 that I have, and I had to do the same thing for that one. So it's looking good now, but it was not looking so good yesterday. It was really down. And the same thing for this one as well. This one was flopping over still. I had to run out and try to get it catch back up, or supported as we would say, but it's still not back at its best. It's still a little bit lean, so I will have to come back out here later and try to get it supported properly. I tried my best to stake them, and this one is the same thing with this one as well. This one is still not very strong and sturdy. I had to use a bamboo stake here. This one was just putting out some new growth. So hopefully I'll be able to get another stake to stake it up to ensure that it stays sturdy and that it does not flop over and break, because they're just coming back up. So yes guys, this is patch number 2 of the corn patch. This is the second one, and some of them were affected. Some of them were, remember, they're small, they're very fragile. So some of them were broken off, it seemed as if, and a few of them are not straight. They seem like they were flopping over because of the heavy rains that we got yesterday. So I'm gonna have to come out and try to pick up the pieces with this corn again guys, and try to see if I can stabilize them, firm them up, do a little bit of mounding with them to get them back up. By the way guys, I am Sandra. If it's your first time here, and I provide gardening tips, tricks, hacks and DIY for beginner farmers and gardeners, especially here on YouTube. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel, and please remember also to drop a comment in the comment section, a comment of encouragement. Please remember to turn on your notification bell so that every time I post a video you will be notified. So thank you very much for that guys. Let's get back to the video. Let's go like a pro. So yes, a little damage was done in this patch, but I'm gonna come back in and do some mounding to see if I can firm them up or stabilize them a little bit more. But otherwise they're growing up nicely. So guys, I'm walking towards corn patch number 1. This is the first one I had planted in my series of successive planting, and already you can see that some of them are leaned over. One of them has been broken off. Well, has been broken, and another one there seemed to be bent despite the tricks I had put in place. Remember that this is a storm, different conditions. This is not a slight breeze. And see, these seem to have been affected by it, and the others seem to be flopping over. I'm going to have to come back out here in a little while and stabilize them. So I'm going to have to put some more techniques in place. I'm going to be having to mound a little bit more to firm them up and to pull them over to ensure that they grow straight and that I can get my produce. Now here in this bed, this raised bed, has some weeds in it, but disaster struck in it. I had planted some string beans, and see, it looks like I didn't plant them too deep because anything deep does not germinate, as you know. But see, it looks like a lot of water was settled in it and washed them out. So I'm going to have to come back out here, but it looks like they're germinating. It looks like they're germinating. So I'm going to have to come back out here and cover them over and maybe replant. So guys, can you imagine how much rain we got for that to happen? See, the water, the rain made holes in the garden. So I'm going to have to come back and replant. And see, I have some garlic that I had put in, and these seem to have been uprooted somewhat. So I'm going to have to come back out here in a little while and firm these up, stabilize them, and do a little bit of replanting of the beans. This is a tomato patch, guys. Nothing has broken off, but they're a little bit beaten down. So I'm going to be coming in and pruning and putting them on trellis now to ensure that they're safe and secure. None of them has snapped off. Thankfully, I'm grateful for that, and grateful that it is, though damage has been done, it's minimal. So I'm going to come back in now. This one is battered down, so I'm going to come back in and firm them up. Alright, so I can get a healthy crop. Spinach, everything fell off or was snapped off the trellis, so I'm going to have to come in here and get these back on trellis and make sure that they don't run all over the place, but everything here is in disarray. So I'm going to have to, at least they are still thriving, they look happy still. So these do not have any climbers right now. They do not have a trellis. They are not onto it. And you know that if left like that, it's going to run widely. So I'm going to have to address that. Storm knock over all of the trellises, drop them on ground. So I'm going to have to put back up all of those. This one down and some others down as well. So here in the garden, I also have a cactus that I was preserving and hoping that the storm would not snap off or cause any damage to it. Seems to be bending some of them, but overall it has been spared. And this one used to be a 8-footer way up in the air and by 6 feet wide or so. And it was snapped off, it was broken off during Hurricane Beryl. In order to preserve the original cactus, what I had to do was to replant part of it. And so in about 2 to 3 months, look at the growth. Look at the growth. So beautiful in the garden. So I was hoping to preserve this and that it would not snap off, and it did not. A little bending here and there, yes, but not bad. So I preserved that. And I've also preserved some others. So I'm grateful for that. I also got to preserve this other cactus. Look at her beauty. Look at how gorgeous she is. So beautiful. Right next to the Chinese evergreen. So beautiful. So I did not lose this one from the original because it had broken off the original one. So yes, I see you. I see you. Yes, the marigolds have flopped over. Yes, some of them have been broken off like their brothers and sisters in the other garden. But for the most part, they're still looking pretty. They're still blooming beautifully. Look at that. And so, I have to have my marigolds in every garden. Watch my videos, you know what purpose they serve, why I can't do without them. So some of them snapped off a bit, but they're still holding up. The cauliflower held up, guys. These are low plants, so I didn't expect anything much to happen to them because they are low plant. And even though the corn is also low plant because of the fragility and the flexibility of the stalks, then that is why that would happen to them, where they would bend. They held up, so thankful for that as well. This one lonely corn in the garden got preserved. This is a cypress plant, guys. Well, so they say it's a cypress, Italian cypress. It doesn't look like it to me, but it wiggled and wobbled all day yesterday. I'm not sure if I'm going to preserve this. I am not sure what is going to happen with it. It was almost out of the ground during burial, and see again, it is not back to its normal self. Again, it was whipped and lashed all about yesterday afternoon, so we'll see what happens to this one. You know, what's that one good thing that I told you earlier that Storm Raphael had done to my garden that I was going to share with you at the end? Let's go like a pro. Let me show you. So guys, even though Raphael battered some of the corn stalks, you can see there, battered them down. Some of them don't look so good. Batter them down. Damage, I'm going to have to come back in here and firm them up. Mound them is a technique I'm going to have to use and cover them over properly so that they're a little bit more stabilized. Yes, Raphael did that. But look at these guys. The rainwater did miracle to these plants. The rainwater rejuvenated these plants. It energized them. They were looking so weak and fenka because, guys, remember, I don't use any fertilizer or chemicals in here, so I'm just depending on my DIY hacks and tricks and so on to ensure that they are nourished. But the rainwater, look at, when I woke up this morning and saw it, I couldn't believe it. I said, one day made all that difference. One day made all of that difference. They were just looking so peppy and strong and healthy. Look at that. The rainwater gave it a boost. The rainwater, look at that. And even with the others as well, even though they look a little battered down, they still look strong and refreshed by the rainwater. So no amount of pipe water can do the good that rainwater can. I can tell you that as a gardener. If it is legal in your area to harness the rainwater for your plants, please, you don't need a fertilizer. Anything dying, any plant dying, and you give it some rainwater, it is almost sure to bounce back. Yes, guys, see how the rainwater just refreshed all of these plants. They were not looking so good just the other day. And look how the rainwater just refreshed the plants. Look at that. Just send a certain amount of boost to it. Look at that. Beautiful. And so, of course, all of these will be going. Look at this, guys. In the garden, right in the garden. This one is not ready yet. So, yes, it did that. Indirectly, the storm did that. It gave me more punk. And guys, you can see that this one is ready. And how do we know it's ready, guys? How do we know when a pumpkin is ready? See, look there. You see? It has dried down. The stem has dried down. So this one is ready to be harvested, and I'm going to be cutting that one, right? So yes, in a sense, Raphael gave me that and gave me others. So thank you very much, nature lovers, for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it. I'm trying to pick up the pieces from the disaster, but I'm so thankful that things are not as bad as they could have been. They could have been so much worse. So I'm really grateful for that. And thankful too for the rain. For those persons who have experienced it worse, I really hope and pray that they too will pick up the pieces as soon as they can. Please remember to join me in my next upload, guys. You don't want to miss that, where I'm going to share with you one special tip to get back all gardens on track to have your fruits and vegetables bounce back quickly and bountifully. You don't want to miss that. Until next time, take care. Thanks again for watching. Have a good one. Walk good, and we will see you next time. Lots of love. Bye, guys.